Yes. I thought this was interesting. The clause making conspirator ineligible to hold office, yeah, was omitted as incongruous because it attaches ineligibility to hold office, yeah, to a person who may be a private citizen, and who is convicted of conspiracy to violate a specific statute. Yes. There seems to be no reason for imposing such a penalty in the case of one individual crime, in view of the fact that the other crimes do not carry such a severe consequence. The experience of the Department of Justice, oh really, is that unusual penalty has an obstacle to successful prosecutions for violations of the Act. Now, I just wanted to make mention, okay, that your refusal to enforce the law, yes. Well, there's what's known as the clause, the CLAUSE, yes. Similar to Santa Claus, yes. I noticed that it's almost Christmas time, and for some reason you didn't want me to have my family during Thanksgiving. It was one of those holidays that you had. You know, if I think of all the Christmases that I've missed for the last 7 years, you don't want to enforce my rights as a citizen. Now let's think of Santa Claus. It is one of those holidays where you're going to make me go to court on the 12th, yes. After having set aside the case for 3 months, yes. After having canceled the court hearing on the 30th, yes. Because you say that I'm crazy for understanding what the laws say. Seemed like the Department of Justice thought that it was unnecessary. It's an unusual penalty. How is the Department of Justice today? Now, I know. I emailed them thousands of times that this county had issued court orders where I was not given any due process. It seemed that the Department of Justice is too busy to subpoena those that are in law enforcement. As an American citizen, when I find out that the Department of Justice of the United States of America, where'd you go to school at? Did you get your law degree from the trustees of any law school of the United States? Did you participate in the foundation's assets when going to a law school? You know, I always wondered exactly how they decide to spend the foundation's assets. Yes. Do you have to be low income? Yes. Do you have to come from a family that happens to be on welfare? Yes. Or could some very rich families be enriching themselves at the expense of the foundation so that you could get good government jobs? Why don't we look at the actual foundation assets that have been spent to support those that are in government? Yes. Just give me every attorney of the Department of Justice and all the other departments, yes, that went to an ABA recognized school, yes, and the actual amount of financial support they got. Did you get any of those foundation assets? Well, now, as a government employee, I would say that when you enriched yourself at the expense of the foundation because of your law degree from an ABA recognized school, and then you got one of those good government jobs in the Department of Justice, yes, I'm going to sue you for knowing now that you decided not to enforce the laws of the United States. Now, it could be, okay, that every fucking attorney in the Department of Justice will find out that I'll sue you for every fucking